The idea that Bill Gates fooled Steve Jobs is less about deception and more about strategic positioning. During one of the most important rivalries in tech history, their relationship was complex, part collaboration, part competition, and it played a major role in shaping the modern personal computer industry. In the early days, Microsoft and Apple were not enemies. In fact, Microsoft was one of Apple's most important software partners. Gates and his team developed key applications for the Macintosh, including Word and Excel. Steve Jobs believed that software would help make the Mac indispensable, and he trusted Gates as a partner. What Jobs underestimated was how differently Gates viewed the future of computing. While Apple focused on building a closed, tightly controlled ecosystem, hardware and software, designed together, Gates took a broader view. Microsoft's strategy wasn't to win with a single machine, but to win by becoming the default software layer for everyone else's machines. As IBM PCs and PC clones flooded the market in the 1980s, Microsoft licensed MS-DOS and later Windows to dozens of manufacturers. This created massive scale that Apple's premium, closed approach couldn't match. The moment Jobs later described as betrayal came with Windows. Apple believed the graphical user interface, GUI, was its innovation, developed at Xerox PARC and refined for the Mac. When Microsoft released Windows with similar visual elements, Windows, icons, menus, and a mouse-driven interface, Jobs accused Gates of stealing Apple's ideas. Gates famously responded that they both had a rich neighbor named Xerox, and Microsoft simply executed better. From Jobs' perspective, Gates used Apple's trust to learn, adapt, and then outmaneuver them. From Gates' perspective, Apple failed to protect or broadly license its ideas. There was no legal deception. Apple had allowed Microsoft access to the Mac's development environment, and contracts limited how much Apple could restrict Microsoft's software. In reality, Gates didn't fool Jobs. He outscaled him. Microsoft's willingness to work with competitors, license aggressively, and prioritize dominance over elegance gave it control of the PC era. Apple nearly collapsed in the 1990s as a result, only surviving after Jobs returned and Microsoft invested $150 million in Apple in 1997, a move that ironically saved its rival. Their story isn't about trickery. It's about two philosophies colliding. One obsessed with perfection and control, the other with ubiquity and leverage. Gates didn't beat Jobs by building better machines. He won by owning the platform the world chose to use.